morning.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Josh Harveston. I'm going to be talking about wireless charging technology today. Wireless charging is just one of many different methods of charging batteries with how to use it. It's just one that we don't use cables transmitting power to it.
Now, it's no great secret that I hate the cables and fragile connectors that modern electronic devices use for battery recharging, but we're just stuck with cable clutter, right? What the heck? Seriously, guys, like next time, just find something on Shutterstock to represent lots of cables, huh? Alright, yeah, that would have been fine. Anyway, thanks to modern technology, and by modern I mean demonstrated about a century ago by Nikola Tesla, but now finally becoming a commercial product, wireless power is here, and we are very close to saying goodbye to cables forever. But how does it work? I could just say magnets and leave you to infer the rest, but the actual science is much more interesting than that. Electricity and magnetism are actually much more closely related than many people realize. A current-carrying wire coil around an iron core is called an electromagnet because it uses alternating current electricity to generate a fluctuating magnetic field. Reversing the situation and applying a magnetic field whose polarity is constantly reversing to our wire coil will generate AC electricity. This is called electromagnetic induction and is the basis of the wireless power solutions that we find in consumer-grade devices like phones and electric toothbrushes. And what's great about it is that unlike microwave-based wireless power, it is safe to have next to your head while you sleep, or, in your mouth and stuff. Alright, so let's summarize the pros and cons. Advantage number one is a big one, and it's convenience. Put your device down on its pad when you go to bed, in a compatible dock in your car, or even on the table in your favorite coffee shop, and boom, it's charging. Sign me up. Advantage number two is no more worn-out connectors. Micro USB can be as fragile and generally terrible as it wants, if I only have to use it once in a while to load a new ROM on my phone. Love it, but nothing is perfect, so drawback number one is that it's still not ubiquitous. It's still too expensive for many manufacturers to include with their devices, and most charging pads, however cool this might be, aren't built into anything yet and still need to sit there and be plugged into the wall. The good news is that aftermarket solutions aren't too bad. A rear cover for a Galaxy S5 costs $30 and a compatible pad on eBay is less than $20. Number two is inefficiency compared to wired charging. Your device will charge slower and heat up more. For me personally, this isn't a big deal. When I've got time, like when I'm sleeping, I can charge wirelessly, and when I'm in a hurry, I can plug in. Number three is that range is very limited right now. You pretty much put the two surfaces right next to each other, and orientation is picky with most devices. But solutions like using grooved surfaces or additional magnets to help with alignment have been used successfully to help with this, and next-gen solutions should help alleviate both of these issues a fair bit. Now, the last point here is something that I wasn't really sure how to classify in my list of pros and cons, and that's the speed at which this technology is developing. It's advantageous because it means amazing new solutions are coming, but it also ties into the biggest disadvantage yet, which is compatibility. Folks who remember beta versus VHS and HD DVD versus Blu-ray, you all know what I'm talking about. There are two main competing standards today. While they both rely on a power transmission pad and a compatible receiver either inside or attached to your device, they don't work with each other. G, backed by the Wireless Power Consortium, is by far the most popular amongst consumers right now. But PMA, the standard backed by the Power Matters Alliance, is likely to continue to gain support with corporate organizations and governments with their cloud-based controller software feature that allows these entities to better manage their wireless charging network. The Alliance for Wireless Power is yet another group, and their RESNET-branded Resonant Magnetic Coupling Wireless Charging Standard looks super exciting and promises to enable more convenient solutions by offering dramatically better range and multi-device charging while maintaining reasonable efficiency. They recently closed a standards consolidation deal with PMA though, so my point isn't which one you should to invest in now in terms of buying a bunch of gear, but just that the standards war, it's just warming up with new developments coming hard and fast. At the end of the day though, whether you're a time child, a human, or an otter, hopefully the thing we can all agree on is that wireless charging rocks, and the future is going to be freaking awesome with like wireless charging that can basically be in the same room as you and provide power to all your devices. Space age stuff, man. Speaking of space age stuff, Shut.
So I'll just do an overview. Wireless charging. So there are three main types of wireless charging: inductive charging, resonance charging, and radio charging. Inductive charging is just one of the method of short-range charging. It works on the principle of electromagnetic induction, where the transmitter coil creates an electromagnetic field with alternating current, while the receiving coil converts the electromagnetic field back to electric current and charging the battery. Resonance charging. This causes a phenomenon called resonance that makes the object shake when energy of a certain frequency is applied. It still uses the same two copper coils that were used in the same induction charging, except that one is attached to a transmitter and the other is attached to the receiver that's in the object that you're trying to charge. More about it. And to work, basically the coils have to be tuned to the same electromagnetic frequency, otherwise they won't. When these coils are placed close to one another, power is transferred between them. Radio charging is a method of wireless charging that is used to charge items with small batteries, such as watches, cell phones, and wireless keyboards. Nice. Once a radio wave is transmitted, it broadcasts in all directions until it reaches an antenna tuned to the same frequency. And all of these basically work as a transmitter is plugged into a wall socket generator to basically acts as the power source. So all, pretty much no matter what type it is, all wireless chargers pretty much have the same design. All have a transmitter, an antenna, and a receiver. The transmitter acts as a power source. It transmits power to the receiver, and transmission signals are mainly between RF/microwave range of 900 megahertz. Antenna just plays the role of the mediator between the transmitter and the receiver. The receiver's main purpose is to charge the battery of the device that's charging. And I have one last video about kind of the future of wireless charging.
Hey everyone, it's Darcy Lacabay reporting live from CS 2015 here with Android Authority. I'm here with Michael Liebman, founder and CTO of Energis, and George Holmes, who's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. They have something very exciting, something that I think is going to continue to redefine the way we use our mobile devices. They have a very cool way to wirelessly charge devices that use less than 15, 16 watts. So think about your conventional Android tablet, or your mobile device, your iPad, your iPhone. And I'm here today to talk to them and show you a demonstration of their core technology. So I guess we'll start with you, George, since you seem to know a great deal.
Okay, so I think what we're doing here today, and what Michael will demonstrate, is charging at a distance which is really the thing that differentiates us from the other wireless charging technologies. It gives us the ability to charge it up to 15 feet, a multitude of devices, from 4 to 24 devices, depending on how much power you're trying to deliver. And Michael will demonstrate that. Michael, do you want to give a quick demonstration of the device you have in your hand?
Sure. So on this phone, on the back of the phone, we integrate our receiver with our receive IC as well as our specialized antennas. And essentially, from the bezel of the TV you see in the background, we're actually sending wireless energy, focusing on the back of the phone, and that's converting the RF into DC and basically charging your phone. So essentially, at distance, completely mobile, so I move around the room, it'll actually follow the phone and send charge to your phone and make it completely wireless.
So you're saying we were able to get up to 15 feet and it will still be able to actively charge a smartphone?
That's right, 15-foot radius. So from the TV, it's 15 feet away. If you put it on your ceiling, let's say you had a typical router on a wall or ceiling, then it'd be a 15-foot radius, so 30-foot end-to-end.
Very nice. So you showed us a big demonstration here in the Hard Rock Hotel where you have multiple sort of hotspots, if you will, integrated in speakers, integrated in units on the wall, and you're able to top up and kind of repeat the power over multiple distances, so you could essentially have your device charged anywhere in your home.
Yeah, and the idea here is to go from a very active charging environment where you're always having to manage how much power you have and how much power you have remaining to a very passive charging scenario where you walk into a room and you're just charging. It happens in the background, changing the entire paradigm.
Well, I mean, I know, speaking as a nerd, and representing a lot of nerds, hopefully, that people are very excited about this. If you look back in sort of popular science magazines in the 80s, we're supposed to have flying cars and robots working for us, but we don't quite have that yet. So when will consumers be able to get this technology in their hands?
Well, we're going to introduce our first commercially available reference designs about mid-year this year. We expect that some of our partners will actually have products out by the end of the year, but most of them will be coming online in 2016.
You talked about people being able to buy essentially cases wherein they would be able to charge it via that.
Yeah, we look at the first implementation specifically for smartphones in backpack battery cases because that is literally the fastest time to market, because as you look at integrating into a smartphone, those have long design cycles, yet the battery backpack cases have relatively short design cycles. So that's our initial target focus. But we're also looking at wearable devices and things like toys because they have very short design cycles. So depending on the application set and where we see these technologies going is determined by what the length of time it is that those design cycles are. And we actually believe that the first thing that we'll see come to market will be the battery backpack cases here at the end of the year.
So speaking to the actual core technology itself, there's a lot of competing standards that are vying for standardization. But Michael, could you just talk a little bit about why you feel WattUp and Energis have the most competitive technology today?
I think the main reason is really the idea of being able to, not have to go find an outlet, find somewhere to place your phone, being able to be truly free from cords. I think that's the biggest thing. Whether my biggest pet peeve is charging my kids' toys, being able to charge wherever it is around the room and finds a toy, charge it. I think that's it.
Well, I think the real difference between our technology and the other technologies out there, we don't want to be limited by the length of your power cord. Whether it's a wall wart that you get with your phone, or whether it's a charging pad or a charging surface, you're always limited by the length of the power cord. We're now taking that and throwing that away and giving you the ability to roam around the room in real time out to distances of 30 feet. So if you look at a charging envelope that you're bounded by 30 feet, and the fact that you can move anywhere within that charging envelope, that's pretty exciting. You aren't pulling around a power cord that distance. So that's the real difference for us compared to the other technologies. We do believe, however, that as you look at the different wireless charging technologies, there is a place for different technologies in the marketplace. We're focused on mobile devices. We think those other technologies are better for portable devices. But we think there's a great home, and that's where the market is going long term.
Probably the one last pressing question is this technology going to be safe for consumers? And I know obviously we have the FCC and many other regulatory bodies, something we talked about before, but we live in a world of radio waves.
Absolutely.
Can you just speak a little bit about the safety?
Yeah, as we look at safety, we are very, very focused on health and safety as one of the fundamental things that we have to accomplish as we bring this product and technology to the marketplace. We're focused in really 3 key areas: the fundamental technology, the partnerships with the regulatory agencies that you have, and ultimately partnerships with customers. If we look at the technology, it's fundamentally safe when compared to a cell phone. It has a fraction of the power density that a cell phone has on a given antenna, and cell phones are deemed safe. We look at the partnerships we have with companies like UL and the teams that we've assembled, the CTO of BACL that has joined us to lead our regulatory effort, as key things that will allow us to navigate the regulatory environment, which we've already started and we've announced that we passed our first regulatory approvals. But lastly, and probably most importantly, is we're partnered with 14 key JDA partners that all have a tremendous amount of experience with FCC regulatory and health and safety, much more than we could ever amass in the next 10 to 15 years. And all of those companies have looked at what we have, evaluated our technology in a variety of different depths, and they've all chosen to sign joint development agreements with us to develop based on this technology platform, because they believe not only is the technology inherently safe, but they have a roadmap through FCC approval.
So according to both these fine gentlemen, we're going to be looking to potentially be able to have this something we can purchase in the form of either a battery pack or products on the market. When do you think?
I think we'll see early product deployments at the end of this next year, right in 2015, and real mass deployments in early 2016.
Very exciting stuff.
Thank you, Mike.
Well,
Thank you.
can't say thank you enough, gentlemen, for your time. Really excited to see what you guys bring to market.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Android Authority, Darcy Lacouve, CS 2015, signing off.
So that was from CES 2015. I thought that was pretty cool. There is wireless technology that has more range than most that it's in development, and that way you could possibly have it before the end of the year. So I thought that was really cool. And that's about it. Thank you.